Welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing today on this Christmas Eve? I'm doing good and I'm blessed. But anyway, I just want to say happy birthday to my two cousins and happy birthday to my brother. And that's a blessing that they made it to their birthday and just a blessing in general for them. But I just wanted to come and say, even though 2020 was a tough year, still counted as a blessing. And I mean, even though it's hard and it didn't go like we thought it would, it's still a blessing because we're still able to wake up and be thankful, just for family, friends, and everybody. And even though, like, I saw a post on Facebook and it said, like, 2020 really showed who our friends and, family were and stuff. I think it said friends or something like that. But I feel like, even with this going on, I feel like the real ones will show up. And if it's one that texts you out the blue, I feel like that's a friend. If it's one that didn't really text, I can't really say that they weren't a friend. I'm just saying, but if they didn't when we were together, then what more could I expect, But I don't know. I need to stop laughing. But anyway, I was just thinking about that, and I was like, that's true, but it's still a blessing, and it's a blessing because my family has been going through, but they're making it, and they made it, and my dad is better now after that incident in September, and that story will probably be coming next year. I was hoping it was going to come this year, but I had to give my mama and my dad some time to rest because I knew that was kind of hard on them, to do it once and then come on here and do it again. So, and especially for him, going through what he went through, that wasn't easy. And I mean, really, because how your family can be there 1 second, then about gone the next. Well, he was for 9 minutes until his chest started, they got a heartbeat. But I mean, because you never would think that, and it was weird because a week or so, I think like 3 weeks before all that happened, me and him just went kind of on a mini vacation, somewhere. I don't even remember where it was we went, but it was a lot of hills. And anyway, we went and he took me to the cemetery, and we were just looking at, different families' graves, and he was like, this is so-and-so, and this is so-and-so. I was like, oh, but it's something, because I never thought that just 3 weeks later that was about him. Could have been him, and that's why I say I'm just thankful, and I thank the Lord every day that he's still here and my family's still here, because that would have been hard, going to the grave, on Christmas or just anyway, and especially because that happened so fast, that not to be gross or anything, but the fact that you just cough because you're getting surgery, and then it's like, out your mouth, that blood, and then you just gone. And we know too that that could have been it. We know that, but we just tell the Lord thank you. And that's all it is to it, because he didn't have to be here, and he didn't have to be here 6 years ago, but the Lord let him be here. And it was that's what I was really happy for on Christmas, because that, he was able to be here, because it's like, if he wasn't, that would have been different, opening, presents and not being able to go show him what we got, or, see, I start getting emotional, but, or just not seeing him over there that morning, or something like that, because we knew if he had gone on, we would have known, it would have been different. He was being goofy like he always does, but it's different when you know that your parent could have been gone, and you don't want to think about stuff like that, but that happens in life. If it doesn't, then it can be somebody getting sick or something like that. But anyway, that's just what I wanted to say. Sorry guys, my camera cut off, but I was just saying, it's a blessing, for family and stuff. And then too, that's what I was saying, Huh? I'm recording. So yeah, anyway, I was just saying that that's a blessing because when, things like that happen, we didn't give up. We weren't mad at anybody, but I feel like, or especially not mad at God because He's the one that woke me up, and I feel like it was nothing to be mad about. I mean, this is life and situations happen, so you just have to know how to deal with them. But that was a sneak up, and I just know that that day that he came walking in here, and that he came in here on that cane. Well, he didn't have to, but he borrowed it from the church. But anyway, like I know that day that he came in here, I know it was a possibility that he might have not come walking in the house. Like he could have just been gone for real, and we might have just had to say our goodbye at the hospital. And that's why I say too, that's what I really wanted to break down. Like I say count it as a blessing too, because even if you, and I know it might be like, well, I've lost somebody, this is just the worst year, but you still living, and even if you did lose somebody, you just have to say that they're with the Lord, pass them on to the Lord, and just know you have to live on, not forget them, but just live on for them, because that's what they will want you to do, not be sad, so, that's, I feel all it is kind of to it. That's what you want to do. For real, because if you don't, then you can get sad and be just in a bad mental state. But I mean, yeah, because I know, and then like my family had a hard time, but they made it through it, and I know that would be hard too, having to deal with that. You have to see your parent through a window, and I couldn't even imagine that, but that's why I said this time we just had to deal with it. This was more serious, and we just had to, and that's why I said, like, the heart attack took more time, but with that taking more time, like him being there more days, I just said, what's the word? I don't want to, let me see, I'm just relieved that it wasn't reversed, and the COVID wasn't back then and this was now, because if it was, that would have been hard knowing that he went through, the heart attack, and we had to see him through there if it had been. And if it had been back then, well, and reversed, and we could have gone up there now, I probably just would have let my brother go, because he can handle that more than I can, because, being that young, 11, and you have to see your parent go through that's tough. And like I was here with him that day, so that will always affect me. And like I told my mama, I said, whether I was here with him or, my brother, whoever, I said it would have still been hard on them, because having to see that, that's tough. And then, you have to get help, and like I was nervous, and I had to, like I handed him the phone, and I still regret that, but I was 11, so just kind of like, but I don't beat myself down for it. I just tell the Lord thank you that he's here and that he made it that night, like back in September, because he might have not, and we think what would happen if we didn't take him when we did. It would have been bad if we didn't. So, and I'm just telling bits and pieces, because the rest will come later on, but, and I'm sorry, I'm just kind of, but yeah, I'm going to try to hurry it. But anyway, I was just saying, like, with that, like, that's kind of hard, and then too, this time he was on a different type of ventilator. And that's what I'm saying, the Lord knows, and a lot of people in the hospital dying now. I'll just be praying and going, people going through it, because it's hard seeing your parent on a ventilator in that condition. So the Lord knows why, that it's set up like that, because he knows, I mean, it does something to you, for real. And, yeah, I'm sorry I held y'all too long, but I just had to put that out there, and I'm happy now that I did, because that was something that was on my heart to do. So I just had been waiting, and I said, I have to put that out here. But anyway, bye guys, love you.